Good day, everyone!
Our respect to our school's division superintendent, Sir Edalberto L. Oclinaria C. Supay,
Our Assistant Schools Division Superintendent, Ma'am Rosemary T. Masisar,
and to our Chief Education Supervisor is Judy, Dr. Maria Carmela T. Ablin,
our CID Chief, Dr. Maria Eva S. Idon,
and to our SEPS Planning and Research, Sir Bridget E. Abalorio, and to all of us,
our greetings of peace.
I am Gestoni T. Taoc.
I am Junmark I. Ontolan of Bacolod Central Integrated School.
We will present to you our completed action research entitled
MTB-English Module, its contribution to grade 4 pupils' performance and retention.
Mathematics is one of the subject areas most pupils find difficult. This is because of its nature that is abstract and need critical thinking skills. However, mathematics is a very essential subject. It is a necessary tool in the fields of natural science, engineering, medicine, finance, and the social sciences. It is very important for pupils to learn mathematics by heart. Thus, teachers are in constant search for the best way of teaching mathematics to bring out the best among Filipino pupils the knowledge and skills in the field of numerology, forms, and shapes. With the help of the MTB-MLE, which aims to improve the pupils' language and development from grade 1 to grade 3, this greatly helps in teaching mathematics since language plays a vital role in facilitating the learning of pupils and academic achievement. Mathematics performance of pupils is marked with ups and downs but never attained the highest peak. For Bacolod Central Integrated School Bacolod District, where the researchers are teaching with the mean percentage score as consolidated during the first quarter of the school year 2018-2019, which is lower than 75%, and among the problem of children in learning mathematics observed by teachers is retention. According to Vinit and Ross, retention is the ability of a human being to recall what have experienced. This ability to retain what is being taught affects the performance of pupils. This ability needs to be developed by teachers. According to Stigler and Heber 2015, the mathematics teaching differs from country to country. This is so since teaching is a cultural activity, learned implicitly, hard to see from within the culture, and hard to change. Filipinos have their own way of teaching as adopting the policy of the mother tongue-based instruction as one of the mandate of the newly embraced K-12 curriculum. In order to define implementation of the new curriculum, assessment is needed if it fits the diversity of language, ethnicity, and economic condition of Filipino children. The study on MTB-English module can generate information on how the pupils learn the concepts well, since MTB mathematics is taught in grade 1 to grade 3, while in grade 4, English language is used in teaching mathematics. According to Nolasco 2010, one's own language enables a child to express himself easily, as there is no fear of making mistakes. MLE encourages lecture participation by children in the learning process because they understand what is being discussed and what is being asked of them. They can immediately use the mother tongue to construct and explain their world, articulate their thoughts, and add new concepts to what they already know. It is the object of the study to determine the effect of MTB-English module, the mathematics performance, and retention of grade 4 pupils. Through this study, the importance of language as a medium of instruction can be highlighted.
The study aimed to determine the contribution of the MTB-English module to the grade 4 pupils' performance and retention in number theory in Bacolod Central Integrated School, Bacolod District during the school year 2019-2020. Specifically, the study sought to answer the following questions. What is the pre-test score in mathematics of grade 4 participants? What are the post-test scores in mathematics of grade 4 participants immediately after the treatment, 1 week after the treatment, and 2 weeks after the treatment? Is there a significant difference in post-test scores of participants immediately after the treatment, 1 week after the treatment, and 2 weeks after the treatment. What is the retention level of the respondents based on the 3 post scores? This chapter presents the research methodology employed in this study. More especially, it contains discussion on the research design, research setting, respondents of the study, data gathering procedure, research instruments, scoring procedure and interpretation, and the statistical treatment were used in analyzing and interpreting data. This study employed the time series one-group experimental design in gathering data. This kind of research was appropriate in determining the effect of MTB-English module to the achievement and retention of grade 4 pupils in number theory through pre-test and post-test techniques. The study was conducted in Bacolod Central Integrated School, Bacolod District, during the second quarter school year 2019-2020. The participants of the study were the grade 4 pupils of Bacolod Central Integrated School. Purposive sampling was used in selecting the participants. The study used a researcher-made test in data gathering. There were 40 items on the following skills. Identifies factors of a given number up to 100. Identifies the multiples of a given number up to 100. Differentiates prime from composite numbers. Writes a given number as a product of its prime factors. Finds the common factors and the greatest common factor of two numbers using the following methods: listing, prime factorization, and continuous division. Finds the common multiples and lists common multiple of two numbers using the following methods: listing, prime factorization, and continuous division. Solves real-life problems involving GCF and LCM of two given numbers. Creates problems with reasonable answers involving GCF and LCM of two given numbers, which were based on the second quarter learning competencies from K-12 curriculum. In constructing a test, a table of specification was made with a ratio of 40-60, 40% for difficult and 60% for easy. The test undergone pilot testing to 20 grade 4 pupils of Bacolod Central Integrated School, Bacolod District, who were not respondents of the study, and undergone item analysis for validation. The test item was presented to mathematics specialist in Division of Lanao del Norte and was finalized. The first procedure in data gathering are the protocols. The data gathering procedures was divided into two phases. During the first phase, permissions to conduct the study was obtained. All the communications were signed and approved by the concerned personalities, including the school administrators and public school district supervisor. The second procedure is the formulation of the research instrument. The researchers' made test was formulated as discussed previously in the research instrument. The items were based on the mathematics skills included on the table of specification made by the researchers. The third procedure is the administration of pre-test. It was administered to the participants before the MTB-English module. The fourth procedure is the implementation of the MTB-English module. It was used by the mathematics teacher to the grade 4 pupils for 4 weeks. This module contains English text followed by MTB text. The fifth procedure is the administration of post-test. At the end of the module, post-test was administered. After a week, the second post-test was administered again, and after the second week, the last post-test was administered. Data were checked, tallied, and analyzed. The last procedure is the ethical consideration. Confidentiality and anonymity was observed during the conduct of the study. Names of participants and scores were not divulged. This is in line to the observance of the ethics of research. The data was tabulated and interpreted to acquire the actual information needed. The following statistical tools were used in this study. First, percentage and mean was used in determining the pre-test and post-test scores of grade 4 pupils in mathematics. Second, t-test was used to determine the differences in the pre-test score and 2 post-test scores of pupils in mathematics. And last, ANOVA was used to determine the retention of pupils in mathematics.
On this table, you can see that the pre-test scores of the respondents. The scores were too low. Results imply that the respondents had difficulties in number theory due to the scores that were below 75% passing score limit. This calls for intensive teaching the part of mathematics mentors. That's according to Ernest 2008. This table indicates the post-test scores of the respondents immediately after the treatment, 1 week and 2 weeks after the treatment. The post-tests tend to increase as time passes by. The scores of the respondents after the treatment were on the average mastery level. 1 week and 2 weeks after scores were on the mastered level. The result implies that most of the pupils had learned mathematics lessons as assessed after the instruction period. This means that MTB-English module had improved pupils' learning after teaching was done. Through the instruction, pupils were helped to connect to abstract concepts which characterize mathematics concepts, according to Connie 2005. The table shows the significant differences between the post-test scores of the respondents. Post-test scores were immediately given after instruction, 1 week after, and 2 weeks after. Significant difference were noted between post-test scores immediately after, 1 week after, and immediately after, and 2 weeks after their scores. Meanwhile, there were no significant differences between 1 week after and 2 weeks after of their scores. While there were significant differences between immediately after, 1 week after, immediately after, and 2 weeks after post-test scores. This implied that pupils unable to retain what was being taught in MTB-English module after 2 weeks. The table shows the retention level based on the post-test scores and the overall mean of the 3 post-test scores, which was described as average. The highest is on post-test 2 weeks after, which was described as high. And the lowest mean post-test immediately after the MTB-English module instruction, which was described as average. Results imply that pupils highly retain what was being taught even weeks after the instruction was implemented due to the slight differences in the scores in the post-test administered 1 week after and 2 weeks after the teaching session. Based on the findings drawn and conclusions made, the following recommendations are being offered for consideration. Curriculum planner may incorporate MTB-English module approaches to the regular curriculum of DepEd. School administrators may provide mathematics teachers training on the integration of MTB-English module in the mathematics curriculum. Mathematics teachers may integrate and create MTB-English modules for more understanding of the mathematical concept, and future researcher may explore on the longitudinal effect of the MTB-English module among grade 5 students.